Question 21, find the product of 1.9 times 10 to the third power times 4.5 times 10 to the second power. You could obviously move the decimal point for each one of those and then multiply those numbers, but a shorter way would be to multiply the two numbers that are involved. And when you do that, 1.9 times 4.5, you will get 8.55. And then you have to break down the times 10 because it's scientific notation. And when you have multiplication with scientific notation, you add the exponent. So we're going to do 3 plus 2. So then I can finish my answer. 8.55 times 10 to the fifth power. And I know I'm okay because this number is between 1 and 10, so I don't have to do any adjusting. So my final answer is going to be C. Question 22, find the quotient. So we're going to be dividing this time. And again, we have a shortcut where we can divide 2.89 divided by 3.4. And you will get 0.85. Bring down the times 10. And with division, you have to subtract the exponents. 2 minus negative 2. We know that's going to turn into a plus. So 0.85 times 10 to the fourth power. We can't stop there because we do not have a number between 1 and 10. So I'm going to change 0.85 to the standard form by moving it 4 places. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to move it back and stop where it should be. And when I do that, 1, 2, 3 is where it should be. I know that my exponent should be 3. So 8.5 times 10 to the third power, which gives us answer choice C. Question 23. A rectangular section of land made up of wheat farms has a length of 5 times 10 to the fourth meters and a width of 6 times 10 to the third meters. What is the area of the land in square meters? Because we have a rectangular figure, we are multiplying these to get the area. So 5 times 10 to the fourth multiplied by 6 times 10 to the third. We're going to use our shortcut. 5 times 6 is 30. Bring down the times 10. We're going to add the exponent. So 30 times 10 to the seventh power. We know we can't have 30 because it has to be between 1 and 10. So I'm going to take 30 and move it 7 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I'm going to move it back and stop where it should be, which is between the 3 and the 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I know that my actual answer should be 3 times 10 to the 8th power. Question 24. Solve the equation below. 3x plus 5 times x minus 1 equals 11. The first thing I'm going to do is distribute this 5 into the parentheses. So I have 3x plus 5x minus 5 equals 11. Then I can draw my equals, line down the equal sign. I can look for any term that I can collect, which is going to be the 3x plus the 5x. 8x minus 5 equals 11. And now I have a two-step equation. I'm going to add 5 to both sides. 8x equals 16. Divide both sides by 8. equals 2. I can look at my answer choices and see that x does equal 2. Question 25. James wants to buy a video game that costs $54, including tax. He already has saved $36. He can save $9 per week. How many weeks will he have to save to have enough money to buy the video game? I'm going to write an equation for this one, and I'm going to use y equals mx plus b. And I know that I need to replace the m and the b because those are going to be the first ones I can identify. The m is going to be 9 because it's $9 per week, and that's going to be reoccurring every single time. The b is going to be how much he already has. So I can substitute in 9x plus 36. Well, I need one more number, and that's the 54. The 54 is going to go in place of the y because that's how much he has total already. Or that's how much he needs total for the video game. So 54 equals 9x plus 36. Then I have a two-step equation. Minus 36 minus 36. And I subtract. Divide by 9. X equals 2. So he needs to have 2 weeks to be able to save up the money. The answer choice is A. Question 26. Solve. Negative 13 times x plus 1 equals negative 13x minus 13. The first thing we're going to do is distribute the negative 13 into the x plus 1. Negative 13x minus 13 equals negative 13x minus 13. I'm going to stop there because I already know that I have the exact same thing on both sides, which means my answer is going to be infinite solutions. But I'm going to keep going just in case you didn't catch that. So I'm going to do plus 13x plus 13x, and that gets rid of the x variable. Now I have to bring down negative 13 equals negative 13. And yes, that is true. So we know the answer is not no solution. It's not 1, and it's not 3. It has to be infinitely many solutions. Number 27. Negative 3 times x minus 1 equals 2x plus 8. First thing you have to do is distribute the negative 3 into the parentheses. That gives you negative 3x plus 3 equals 2x plus 8. I don't have the same thing on both sides, so I can go ahead and eliminate infinite. I'm going to subtract 3 on both sides to solve the equation. Negative 3x equals 2x plus 5. Subtract 2x on both sides. Negative 5x equals 5. I can divide negative 5 on both sides. X equals negative 1. So my answer choice would be A. Number 28. 1/5 times 3x plus 5 equals 2x minus 6. We're going to have to distribute the 1/5 into the parentheses. And we would get, put a 1 under here, so that gives me 3 over 5x plus 5 over 5, because I would put a 1 there, equals 2x minus 6. This is going to become 1, so 3 over 5x plus 1 equals 2x minus 6. I can go ahead and subtract 1 on both sides. And that gives me 3 over 5x equals 2x minus 7. Now I have a fraction, and you were taught that if you have a fraction, you can clear it by multiplying everything in the equation by the denominator of your fraction, which is 5. So we can distribute this into everything in the parentheses. So that would be 15 over 5x equals 10x minus 35. You can do that because you multiplied everything in the equation. Both sides were multiplied by the same number. So it keeps the equation equivalent. This is 3x equals 10x minus 35. Solve your two-step equation. We're going to have to move the 10x because there's not a regular number on the other side. So we're going to do minus 10x. Minus 10x. And I'm going to bring it over here because I'm running out of room. So 3x minus 10x is negative 7x equals negative 35. Divide both sides by negative 7. X equals positive 5. Therefore, our answer choice is going to be A. If you really looked at this one and struggled, you could look at your answer choices. And it's nice that you only have 5 and negative 5, because I could take those and substitute them in to the x in the whole equation and see which one gives me a true statement. Question number 29. What is the slope of a line that passes through negative 3, 1 and 2, 3? We have a slope formula that we will use for this. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And then if you label 1s and 2s, then you can substitute them into the equation. So I'm going to choose 3 minus 1 and 2 minus negative 3. I know that this negative and negative will make one big plus. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. So my answer is going to be B, 2/5. Question 30. What is the y-intercept of this line? The y-intercept is the B, and we call that the beginning point. When you graph an equation, you start on the y, and it's intercepting at this location, which is negative 3. So our answer choice will be D.